Okay, so hey everybody, I know I'm like so much bigger, but I'm using this off of like the YouTube enabled video instantly thing, so now I can make longer videos. Okay, so basically, good advice for the beginner reptile type person. Um, One, make sure that you do a lot of research on whatever pet you're getting, whatever breed, species, whatever. Um, you will need, if you really want to have something that you can always refer to, I would say get a book. Because internet information changes every day, and a book is pretty concrete. It's not like everything's written in stone, but compared to the internet, a book is pretty much so that. Um, what else? Um, Make sure that you're getting your snake or pet from a reputable breeder. Um, there's a lot of websites out here that will charge you a lot for the same snake from another website that was cheaper. So I know for one thing, I went to Big Apple Herp um, and compared the price of a gold dust motley corn snake to one that was on BHB. And in the end, after shipping, it cost me almost 150 $160. That was, the snake plus shipping. But from BHB, it cost me about 80. Anyway, it was less than 100 that it cost me, and I was just like, wow. So you really have to check and see. So if it's expensive on one website, I would most likely recommend BHB just because they may not have as huge a selection as Big Apple Hertz, but um, BHB is less expensive, and sometimes the shipping is 20, sometimes it's 40. No, I think 40 was Big Apple Hertz, but it just depends on your location and how much they're gonna charge you for shipping. But usually, depending on how much the snake is initially, and then plus the shipping, the shipping usually isn't that much though in BHB. Um, from what I've experimented with. Um, Also, when getting a tank, you really need to check out websites that have good tanks. Don't always go to the name brands such as exoterra.com, Petco, PetSmart. Try places like Amazon and eBay and Gazelle, I think. Um, just try other websites and also some of these reptile places. They might have really good deals. I know myself, I went to Amazon and I looked up a tank, and I was looking for a 20-gallon. It was like 100 and something, but it wasn't 200, but it wasn't 150, or it was near 150. But on another website, it was like 160, 170, for the same tank. And I mean, Amazon is my number one place to go. If something is too expensive, I'll go to them because all you have to do is see what price it is, and then it'll have plus $2.99 for shipping. And some items will carry tax, but it'll pop that up at the end. But for the most part, you can figure out how much you're going to be paying for that item just by adding the regular price plus the shipping. And you're like, okay, oh well, it's just this much. It might not be 99 cents. It might be $2 or $3 due to shipping, but that's cheaper than going to another website paying $10 and then it ends up being like 15 with shipping. So that's something that you could think about um, as far as when you're getting tank. and your supplies. Now, some places will have better deals than others. Sometimes Amazon may not always have the best price, but again, it's always good to compare two places and just, side by side, have one screen, have one tab open for one and another tab open for another, and be like, okay, well, you know. Um, Also, some people get a lot of pretty snakes, and as babies they look so pretty. But then as adults you're like, is that really what you came out to be? And some snakes will usually reach, like morphs and things, some will usually reach their full color in about 3 years. Um, but make sure that you get on Ian's Vivarium, IAN Vivarium, and check out cornsnakes.net. There's a few other places it'll show you a juvenile picture and an adult picture, and that will really that will really help you in choosing the color that you want for your snake, because you might get a lavender. Let's say you get a lavender, and then in 3 years it turns kind of a purplish gray and doesn't have all those circles and ridges and all that stuff. It's just solidly purplish gray, and you're like, what happened? And you don't want to seem like you're duped, because you're like, I bought this snake and it turned into this snake. So that's something that you need to consider as well, as far as getting a corn snake, especially if it's a morph or any others. Even if they're not morphs, you need to see juvenile and adult. And Ian's Vivarium is perfect for that. Absolutely perfect, because it'll show you juvenile, adult. It'll show you how their eye looks. It'll show you the underbelly. Um, and sometimes it'll even have a description, and it'll show you on the side, on like the left side, it'll have a little panel. It'll show you the genetics, give you a description of it, and it's just really good and informative. So they have every color: single trait, double trait, triple trait, quad, uh, multi-morphs, just everything. So when you're picking a snake, go there, and you can pick through each one and be like, ooh, what about this one? And then all you have to do is find a reptile breeder or store online that sells that particular breed, and then just get it. And if you know that it's a breed that there's not very many stores when you research for it, then you know that if it's expensive, then that's probably about as good as it's gonna get. Otherwise, if it's more common, like a albino motley, lavender, snow, fire, ghost, just a lot of the common ones, then there'll be a lot of other places that'll have them, and at least you'll know what it'll look like in the end, so you're not surprised. Um, let's see, what else is there? Well, I think that's pretty much it as far as your corn snake. Um, it's a very lifelong pet, so you need to make sure that when you get it and you're committing to this 15 to 20 20 15 to 20 to 25 year commitment, that you're going to have the exact snake you want, and it'll be in the perfect conditions and everything. I've already posted videos on breeding and handling, feeding, and housing, and choosing between a corn snake or a ball python, and the pros and cons of those. So, hopefully you guys like them, and comment.